We're going to wait for the text notification to go out. I just redid the color of my lipstick, put on a little bit more blush, put it on over my nose to give me that, that prairie girl look. Hey, listen, the prairie vixen. Oh, well, look. I guess back in those days, I guess I would have been a saloon girl. Oh, my. Oh, my goodness. I guess at my age, I would have been a madame. I hope I would have retired from being on my back to standing on my feet. Oh, Lord, this has become very inappropriate. This is inappropriate now. But anyway, we are back. I had to go get me a little something to eat. And and we're back. This is our last go round for the evening. I'm just happy that I'm doing these back to back so that we could be able to have videos for the upcoming week on the other channel. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome, Jay. Welcome. You know what? I didn't go live on the other platforms in the last video. I didn't go live, so I forgot all about going live. I guess we don't even really need to go live on the other platforms. People should be on the text notification squad. That way you get your notification. Oh, my gracious goodness me, oh my. All right, we are back and we are black. And this is our last go round. So we're going to get all of the videos that we need to get done. Let me see what we have. Here. All right. So, let's see. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Sedis. Jay wants to do an interview with me. What type of interview? What are we talking about, Jay, now? What are we talking about? What are we talking about in this interview? And are the views that you get naturally without me equal or more than my own views? And then what's your audience like? Or do we share similar audience? So, all right. Hey, Shonda's a silent watcher. Hey, Shonda. All right, so we have a few different videos here. Oh, this is that Mother's Day video. Oh, gosh. Let me see. These are videos I put aside to want to react to. What's the hardest part about being a mom? Oh, my God. We have a king of a manosphere here. Oh, my gracious. Oh, my goodness. Jay Prince for president. So, Jay is saying you got me beat. So then are you trying to interview me for your page or for mine? Let's go ahead and let's get live on all these the text ain't even go out yet. That's where we made our mistake the last time. I don't know. I just kind of forgot to go live on the other platforms. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Jay Prince is a king of the manosphere. Oh my lord. So you king of the manosphere and you ain't got no views, boy? What you doing? You get your weight up, son. Get your weight up. And then come see about me. Come see about me. Get your weight up. So part 1 got taken down because of the Drew Barrymore show. They claimed my video. So I have to go fight that behind the scenes. But this is why I'm glad I do these in 3 parts because, you know, don't worry. Don't worry. Why would I have you on my show? And you please stop it. We don't have similar audiences. If you're king of the manosphere, we don't have a similar audience. Stop being distracting, please. I'm waiting for the text to go out. Let me ask you all some questions. Where is one place that you would love to visit? Where's one place that you would love to visit? Where would you love to visit? Me, I am, I've wanted to go to Spain, but I'm not sure about that anymore. I've always wanted to go to Morocco, but I'm not sure about that anymore. But Australia is still on the list with no issues with Australia. So Australia is one of the places I have wanted to visit. And I have never been there. Oh, Jay says he's not Manosphere. Why are you all calling him king of the Manosphere? He's not Manosphere. We got Korea in the house saying hello. Bali, how interesting. Tanzania. Oh, let me see some of these. Paris. Oh, wow. Okay, Bali. That's interesting because the retreat, one of the locations that's up for grabs is Bali. So, let's see. But they're saying it's a 23-hour flight, y'all. 22-hour flight to Bali. I see a lot of people saying Bali, but the retreat that I'm planning for next year, I'm narrowing down the places. Bali, Costa Rica, and Indonesia are on the list. Australia, I'm not too sure about that quite yet. Oh, the notification just went out. Switzerland. Island Girl says she's back for a 3rd time and then she didn't misspell my name. You're going to have to go back out and come back in with the proper spelling. We got Paris, we got Spain, New Zealand. 2 people back to back saying New Zealand. Christelle and Divine are both saying New Zealand. Brazil, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about Brazil. So Jay said he got some tea. Oh, interesting. Oh, so does Jay do tea talks? Interesting. Well, you can contact me behind the scenes. You got to remember, I don't know everybody who comments, especially if you don't spend time behind the scenes with us in the text notification squad, then I don't know who you are. So we got Switzerland in the house. Iceland. Oh, wow. Oh, let's go live on the other platforms. Let's go live. Let's get live. Because, we have a person from Finland on Twitch that comes through. Tawana said, I thought you were done for the day. No, we do 3 typically. Vietnam, they have some beautiful boat cruises. Interesting. So welcome in, welcome. We're just getting started. We are here for part 3. I forgot to go live on the other platforms for part 2. But that's fine because on the other page, which is the, here, let me see if I can paste it in. Oops, that's not it. Control Z. Let me take this from the other page. So let me copy, paste here, paste. All right. So we have Comoros, Africa. Interesting. I want to go to Kenya. I want to try Kenya and I want to try South Africa. I have a huge population of fans in South Africa, which is really interesting. All right. So Detroit, of all places, I'm asking where people want to visit, Brenda. Where do people want to visit? That's the question. A place you've always wanted to go. So I was watching Black Mirror and they were talking about Marrakesh. It sounded like it was so much fun, Marrakesh. It sounds like a fun place to go, but that story didn't turn out so well for that couple, which was sad. This can't go there. This has to go in the back. We got Cool in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to jump right into today's video. This is part 3 of the back-to-back reactions. So, let's see. All right, let me check on some of the... All right, let me see. So there are some people on the text notification squad who submitted videos. I'm a little, my energy, this is my 3rd video back to back, and each one of these videos are like 2 hours. So we've been on for a pretty long time today, but I want to get enough videos so that when we chop them up, we, okay, here, let's take a look at this. We're just going to get right into it. We're just going to get right into it. Let's see. I love you too, Crystal. Let's go.
For about 6 years now, and I'm single and dating. I've had infidelity issues in the past, so...
You've had infidelity issues?
Well, they've cheated on me.
Oh, okay.
And so I have trust issues.
Hold on. Let's go back. This is not... I need to refresh this. Let me refresh so we could get the first words up on the screen. And then it has come in small. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to the area that I was at, because now the size has changed. I am mad, bad, and wicked in a bed. Wicked, mad, and bad in a bed. Well, Lord of mercy, tell the ladies that I'm wicked in bed. Wicked, mad, and bad in a bed. So she's just starting off saying that she's been divorced. It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to catch the first word, so we'll just have to go from there.
Divorced for about 6 years now, and I'm single and dating. I've had infidelity issues in the past, so...
You've had infidelity issues?
Well, they've cheated on me.
Oh, okay.
And so I have trust issues. I travel for work about 4 days a week. So how do I overcome my trust issues to get in a new relationship?
Every time you've been cheated on, did you notice a red flag?
Probably, yeah. If I'm being honest.
Huh?
If I'm being honest, yes.
Yeah, of course you did. Because you have this thing that God gave all women. It's called intuition. You all know, you've all ignored it, and you've all found out later that you shouldn't ignore it, because all of you have broken up with a man and said, I knew it. That's because that intuition that God gives you is very real, and it protects you from the hunter. We are the hunters. That's what we do. And we hunt until we find the right one. Now, if we find the wrong one along the way, it don't mean that we're not gonna play with it. Yeah, it's the wrong one, but you cute. It's the wrong one, but you fine. It's the wrong one, but you are here. And until we find the right one, the hunt will always continue. So if you're not the one, he gonna keep hunting. But he will give you signals that you're not the one.
I've been divorced for about 6 years now.
Gosh.
And
you know what? I see why women are just turning away from relationships with men. On the surface, what he's saying sounds real good because they got some slow piano music. Dong, 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 you know, like The Young and the Restless. I mean, I can see why women are turning away. Because on the surface, what he's saying, until he finds the one, he's going to keep on hunting. This is low vibrational. This is predatory. Why don't you just go? Listen, women have wombs. She's of childbearing age. You over there using your loaded gun, playing in some woman's womb. Perhaps creating new human beings while you still on the damn hunt. This sounds like something that a moral, high vibrational person does. No, if you're sick, stay on the hunt until you find what it is that you want. Why use people along the way? Why use people along the way? This just sounds completely ridiculous to me. And he's standing up here in all his gray bearded wisdom saying this like this is feasible. We hunt. We gonna keep on hunting. Well, N-word, go back out there into the street and hunt. Why play up in some woman's face, wasting her time? This is what I'm saying. This is what a predator does. You're talking about we're hunters. Why don't you just say you're a predator? Why don't you just say that men are predators? And then don't ask why women don't want to be with men anymore. This is so low vibrational, and he's giving out this advice. Oh, until and your God given answer will. We have evolved to have a larger center of intuition than the males of our species, which many say that their Y chromosome is a broken X chromosome, and it seems to be a lot of things that are broken and defunct about them, like this. That this man, in all his gray beard wisdom, would stand up here and tell this woman that a man is just going to stop off and prop up inside of her house and give her cues that he doesn't think that she's the one. Why isn't the cue that his ass is out the door looking for the one? Why is he there? Using her time, using her youth, using her beauty and her womb. This is why women are opting out. Listen, I can understand why women are just done with this foolishness. It's ridiculous. Ugh. All right, that was that. Here's another one. Let's see what we have here.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I be telling y'all not to trip about these men and whatnot is because I work in the healthcare field. I've been in the healthcare field since I was 18 years old. They're dying alone. They're dying alone. The women that's in these places, their daughters are coming and bringing them to the nail shops, getting their hair done, coming to see them their daughters are coming to see them every 2 weeks. You better ask somebody. I am the one who is right there when some of these men are taking their last breath. I have cleaned so many dead bodies, and guess what? Nobody showed up for them. Not their kids, not their wives, not their grandkids. Nobody came for them because why? They were not good men while they were alive. They're gonna continue dying alone. That's why I tell y'all don't trip. I'm physically seeing it on a daily basis, watching them all go by themselves. And this is their grandpas that they're talking about. These are the men that they're talking about. This is their grandpas that's dying alone. And it's going to be them. That's just the reality of shit. That's why I don't be worried about these men talking, because, baby, I watch y'all every day go by yourselves with nobody on y'all side.
Wow. You know what? That goes into much of what it is that we was just talking about from the last video. They want to be hunters and predators, always on the prowl. They want to have a good woman who loves him and provides a house, a home, and children for him, but he still want to be out there in the street hunting. Keep on hunting. Keep on hunting, because the children that you ignored one day are going to ignore you one day. The children you didn't care for one day ain't gonna care for you one day. And the woman who you left for something that you thought that you could get better, she gonna leave you for something that she feels that she can get better. And the cycle continues. The difference is that the children are the future, and far too many of these men are not there for their children. And children don't stay small forever. It's like these people are short-sighted. This is the fruit of your loins. You're not caring for your children either. You're not building stable, relationships with other human beings that are deep, in depth, and have emotional, nutritional value for the both of you. I played a segment on this show where a man was like, "We not women. We have our friends to get away from being support." Okay. So then you go there, you just sit around playing your video games, not really talking to one another, not being support for one another. And then you see, he'll be in one room in some hospice, you'll be in another one somewhere else, and you won't know where each other are because you never even had contact information for them. You just met up on occasion whenever, when worst came to worst. You don't even know where they are. They don't know where you're at. And he's in a home somewhere. You in a home somewhere. You never had a good friendship when you were young. Now you dying in separate hospice cares alone. I don't know what else to say about this. How many more nurses? How many more hospice care workers? How many more of these people in the health field do we have to have come out and say that these men are dying alone? But they're in denial. You'll see them in the comments. You'll see them in the comments. They're in denial about what is truly happening, and they'll start screaming out, "Better get yourself a cat." All right, okay. At least you'll be caring for an animal. At least she'll have community around her. So when she puts down her little cat feed, she'll go out to the bingo hall. She'll go out on her cruise. How many of you know old women and what these old women are doing with their lives? And how many of you know old men and what the old men are doing with their lives? Oh, I don't need to see none of it. I didn't see this when what I need to go to China for? What I need to do this for? Them Chinese people ain't never deal. No. All right, fine. Just sit here then. Sit here. You don't want to go walking. You don't want to go strolling. You don't want to meet new friends. You don't want to meet up at your college or high school reunions. You don't want to go back to your hometown. You don't want to go to someone's porch and visit with them. You don't want to do none of that. All right, fine. So just sit there then. Sit there. All of the old women that I know are active. Let me think. Well, I don't know her. She's a friend of the family, but sadly enough, she has a son. Her son don't come and see about her. She developed late stage MS or something along those lines. And now she's wheelchair bound and she's not doing well. But she had a child, she had a son, and her son ain't there for her. She's all alone. So ain't no guarantee. So she is somebody who, man, unfortunately, because she's not, that's an interesting one. But yeah, all of the other old ladies that I know, they out there living their lives. They taking food to people. They're hanging out with their friends. They're taking care of other older people, and they have community around them. She's the only one. And I wonder what happened with her. I think she spent a tremendous part of her younger days trying to be with unavailable men. And then she ended up, how people remember that game from when we were young? What was the name of the game? It would be 3 chairs and you'd have to walk round and round in a circle playing music. And then when the music would stop, they'd pull one of the chairs out and 3 people would have to try to find a seat on 2 seats. And one person would get left standing out. I think what happened is she spent her younger days kind of with unavailable men, not really, I don't know, maybe she didn't form good friendships with women. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say much about what it is that I'm doing, but there are archetypes of different women and how we show up in ways that are not loving to ourselves. But the women who love themselves, like there are different reasons why there are women who are choosing to get cats and dogs. Women, we are naturally more communal, but not every woman is. Let this be a wake-up call. Let this story be a wake-up call to you about spending your youth and your youthful years wisely with people who honor and care for your presence, because there is no guarantee that any of your children will care for you. If you have daughters, they're more likely. But with sons, from what it is that I'm hearing from hospice care people, sons don't do it. If the son has a wife, then the wife will participate in your care if you're older and you can't care for yourself. But other than that, boys are a bad gamble. It's like time and time again, we just keep hearing more and more stories about how it is that they are showing up or not showing up. And listen, I don't know what else to say. Just continue to do your thing. Find community. Love yourself enough to be vulnerable enough to make friends with other women. Love yourself enough to cut off these endeavors with men that are not fruitful, because they, as they're saying, are staying out on the prowl even when they're in relationship with you. You got to be wisen. You have to wisen up enough to know that nothing is guaranteed. Who's going to be there for you when you're old? If you develop some late stage dis-ease, who's going to be there for you? Do you have healthy friendships with other women? Because from what it is that I'm hearing, the friendships with men are not really panning out for men or women. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Let's see. It looks like I'm not going to be able to play this because it has music throughout it, but let us see. My goodness. This right here is self-hate through and through. This is self-hate through and through. You don't like your DNA. You don't like the way your hair grows out of your head. So you're perpetuating this onto your child. Look at this beautiful little angel, but she wants her to have some glossy, shiny hair. She didn't like the texture of the braids that grows out from her own DNA. So this is what we're doing to babies. This is what we're doing. So her braids, I wish that I could pause this. Oh, I can. So it's going to have to come back around. So you see how she wearing this lace front? Look, because they see the little Indian babies or the Caucasian babies or the Asian babies, and they got that shiny hair. So now they're perpetuating this self-hate onto their daughters. I read somewhere where someone was talking about how women it went by so fast, how girls of our generation had to deal with hot combs and jerry curls and all this other stuff, and that the girls of this generation are going to have to deal with lace front wigs. This is what I'm hearing. Let me see. I want to catch her natural hair. Ah, oh, damn it. How did it go by so quick? Jeez Louise. But here, you see, they're pinning on a whole lace front. How is this girl going to grow up loving herself? How is she going to grow up feeling that she has any worth? Huh? How is she going to grow up feeling that she's beautiful and that what grows out of her head is beautiful if she's being taught to put a hair hat on from youth? Come on. I'm trying to catch that. There. So this is her natural hair. It's a beautiful sandy brown color. She has cute little braids in there. Instead of doing a hairstyle that honors her own genetics, they're doing a hairstyle to cover up her genetics. How does a person gain self-love that way? And somebody says, African country, listen. I see that she has on her little Ankara. So yes, this is most likely in some African country somewhere where they like to pretend as if colonialism didn't do any damage to them. They like to pretend as if colonialism didn't do nothing to them, but it's here. The proof is in the pudding. This is terrible. This is terrible. Let the babies have a chance to love how it is that they naturally look. I mean, relaxers aren't enough anymore. Jerry curl not enough anymore. Hot comb is not enough anymore. Now you got to be slapping a hair hat on a child. I don't know. Listen. I don't even know what to say. This is self-hate through and through, perpetuated onto a baby. Sad. That's real sad. I saw this earlier today and I thought it was kind of, I don't know. So this girl has put up this video talking about the girl he blocked, and there's some music playing in the background. So you see, so this is her look and her aesthetic. She has on her shoes are a little dusty. She's carrying wood. And then she's like the lady that blocked him. So the girl he blocked, this is the girl he blocked, as you see. What are your thoughts on this? Because I know I have my thoughts, and my thoughts are not going to be very popular. Because she's saying this is the girl he blocked, and this is the lady that blocked him. And so I'll show you, because I thought about this when we were looking at that last video talking about colonialism, because now apparently she's some sort of lawyer, and you see she's wearing the white wig, or she has the white wig in her hand. But also when you see her, she's still kind of hefty, right? The men are telling you, they're telling you that if you are bigger than a certain size, they're not interested. If you're darker than a certain complexion, they're not interested. And they're also talking and saying if you're more educated than a certain level, they're not interested. So now she's, what man is gonna, I thought that this was gonna be a transformation where she went to the gym and she did all of this stuff, but coming back with your law degree, that makes you even less desirable to them. They don't care about no damn law degree. Are you not listening to what they're saying? All they care about is how good you can push that broom. What's that swab, that mop, cater to his needs, spit or swallow. They don't care about how educated you are. This is what they're saying. These are not my words. They're on these podcasts saying that the more educated you are, the less desirable you are. And the data shows this too for the average man, not for high echelons of men who are thinking about generational, what is the word? Not generational wealth, but hold on. I can't think of the word. Lord of mercy. Somebody saying I got lipstick on my nose? No, I don't. Nonetheless, we're not talking about the higher echelons of men who are thinking about dating for generations and longevity for legacy. No, these men are trying to marry a maid. How well can you push a mop, sis? How much are you going to keep your weight down so that he could show off to other men? Because now the kick is to be, you remember they had them songs, Oversized Mampy? I don't know if it was like that in other places, but men used to love big body gals. But now they want to talk about slim thing this and slim thing that, and they want you to be thin and et cetera, et cetera. She's talking about the lady that blocked him. He don't care, girl. He don't care. If you didn't come back in wearing a size 10 or below, he don't care about what you put in your head. They don't care about how well traveled you are. They don't care. They don't care. I'm sure you didn't really have to block him. Unless he came back around, apologizing for his old ways, but I'm sure you didn't have to block him. That man is long gone, making somebody else miserable. Listen, I wanted you all to see some of the comments on this post, because the comments on this post were just doggone despicable. They were just doggone despicable. Let me read some of these for you. All right. So this is what they had to say, right? Let's see. So, cause I took some time to just skim through some of these comments earlier. So the page who posted this says, "You still want to give up? Let this motivate you." Listen. Don't be motivated by having to come back and try to block somebody later on, especially somebody who don't care. You're going to go up to them and be like, look now, look, I'm going to block you. They don't care. They're not around to hear this. They're gone. He blocked you don't care about this. He didn't care about where it is that you were going. He didn't care unless now he's trying to get some of your money. That's the only reason why. And then somebody says, we don't like obolo. And then somebody says, that's body shaming. Don't do that. So I guess he's calling her big. So this is what I'm saying. They don't care. You didn't lose weight. You didn't come back with a Coca-Cola bottle shape. You didn't come back with an invisible waist. They don't care. Let's see. Somebody else says, I'm not interested in the blocking or whatsoever, but my inspiration from this is that there's nothing impossible. Okay. We love that for you. Somebody else says, look, hold on. You should be, hold on. So if I blocked you and you become a lawyer, means I've lost something special, Anna? Lawyer in Ghana, Hohi? He is the reason why he, he has a reason why he blocked her. Let's respect that. Okay. All right. See, this is what I'm saying. Somebody else says, you should be happy that he blocked you. If not, you won't be where you are now. Give thanks to the Almighty. Somebody says, God is great. Somebody else says, she will still look like her first pick when she removes the makeup. Good choice, my brother. You see how people act? Good choice, my brother. This is where the comment is right there. These people are sick. This is what I'm saying. They don't care. Talking about as soon as you wipe off the makeup, you're going to look like the first picture. I'm sure bro would still be happy he blocked her. Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They like, you didn't lose no weight. You didn't bleach your skin. Your hair ain't straight. Now you more educated. You less able to control. You more unruly. This is what I'm saying. They don't care about none of that. They don't care. If you think they care, put up the number 1. If you know they don't, just put up a 0 because you know they don't care. You in your heart know they don't care. If anything, that makes her less likely to pick up a mop and broom. Stop it. Just stop it. All right. I'm sorry. You all know what I'm saying is the doggone truth. You know that. You know that. You know I'm saying the truth, right? Let's see. I'm trying to find hold on. All right, 1 second. Come on. Exactly. You know what the thing is? Why is she still thinking about him all these years later? It's like you waiting to be like, look now. Look, I can block you now. He don't care. He don't care. He don't care. All right, let's take a look at this.
If it's one of those situations where I told you I didn't want it.
Yes.
Why do I have to be a part of this when I said I didn't want it? And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that Debbie should have any type of grace at all. But what I am saying is, at what point does the woman take accountability and say, I signed up for this? I signed up for this. When he told me he didn't want it, I knew that it doesn't happen. But I know it doesn't happen, but it should, because when he said he didn't want it, I knew that it was going to be hard. I can't complain about it being hard.
Look, respectfully, I'm trying to take my opinion out of it. You just can't say, I don't want a child. then do the things that produce a child, and then be like, oh, that absolves me from responsibility and accountability. No, you can't do it.
But the universe is one of balance. You will have to deal with your creator.
No, what I'm saying is that's too late. I want you to deal with somebody right now. So like, it's too late. We're not waiting for the creator.
If it's one of those situations where I told you I didn't want it, why do I have to be a part?
And this man is standing up there talking about yes, yes. So see, these are the leaders. These are the leaders. You over there participating in activities that produce human beings and then talk about, well, I don't want the human being that was produced by my fertilization. Men have the fertilizer. What are you doing putting your thing into an area that is susceptible to create children if you don't want children? Go get a vasectomy, which is completely reversible. Why are you going around shooting with a loaded gun and then irresponsibly talking about now you have to go through a medical procedure? And now you have to go through the trauma of termination. I'll put it that way. You have to go through the trauma of termination because he just didn't get a vasectomy. Just get a vasectomy, sir. Be a leader. It's like they want to be respected as leaders. And then we have attack dogs like this out there who are now purporting male talking points. I mean, a responsible man is going to say, listen, if you're responsible, right? If an accident happens, like let's say an accident happens. Okay, that means the egg was fertilized now. It's too late for woulda, shoulda, couldas. You should not have been in an area to fertilize. You should not have been ejaculating in an area that could be fertilized. And then you're going to talk about, well, I don't want the child in this, so now he should be absolved of his responsibility. No. If you get behind the car and you are impaired and not in control of your faculties and you harm someone, trust and believe you are still going down for that. You're going to face the repercussions of that. Actions have consequences. If you go into an area with a loaded pistol and you begin to do what loaded pistols do, and you affect the life of somebody, you are responsible for that. If you create life through your actions, you are responsible for that. You don't get to be like, well, you signed up for this. Far too many men have these talking points and little girls sit around listening to their ignorant ass uncles talk. They sit around listening to these stupid podcasts and then they come around and they say, well, that makes sense to me. And then now all of a sudden you're vying for people who are describing their actions as predators. They say, oh, we're hunters. Okay, a hunter is a predator. You're looking for prey. How much longer do we continue to make excuses for these beings? This is too much. This is too much. You're a leader, lead. All right, let's see what else we have here.
I really hate the fact that African parents use so much time and energy to turn...
Let's see.
I'm about to vent. I really hate the fact that African parents use so much time and energy to turn their daughters into wives. We are trained to become wives. Why their sons are just useless cockroaches roaming the earth for free. Oh my God, Jill, that's so aggressive. That's so mean. But did I lie? The moment we can walk, matter of fact, the moment they figure out that our hands work, we're taught to start washing dishes. Why are you not teaching your sons to be husbands before they become husbands? Why do I have to teach your son to become a husband? Matter of fact, not even a husband. Why do I have to teach your son to be a sensible human being with common sense? Why? I know it's not all African men, but it's 99.9%. So
Really?
I'm about to
Damn.
vent. I really hate
Oh,
the fact that
wow.
African
Wow. Oh,
parents
wow.
use so
Oh,
much
wow.
time and
Well. The one thing I'd like to correct her on and correct anybody on that keeps saying things like this is no, they're not teaching the women to be wives. They're teaching them to be servants. You're talking about the moment your hands can move. That's not wife duties. It's not washing dishes. That's what the housekeeper does. That's what a servant does. So why are we not being truthful about this? What does a wife do? A wife is a person, a wife, the way that you get the title wife is in relation to the person who has the title husband. That is an adult relationship between man and woman, or, nowadays, woman and woman, or whomever, but this is the partner of an adult. There's no domestic duties that come embedded in you because you are wife. No. A wife is a person, if you're going to teach a person how to be a wife, you're going to teach them emotional intelligence. You're going to teach them reasoning, decision making. You're going to teach them how to mediate with their partner, how to have fruitful conversations, how to compromise, maybe as an adult, balance and budget and learn how to deal with finances and be a responsible adult. But that doesn't have anything to do with being a wife. A wife is a person who is married. What does marriage mean? For far too many of us, marriage is indentured servitude for women. And this is why far too many women nowadays, this is why so many women nowadays are opting out. They just don't want to be in that situation because most women work nowadays. And so now you have to work and you're still expected to do these indentured servitude, these housekeeping duties. And it's not shared. It's not shared equally. And when a man does something in the home, it's not thought of as, oh, these are his husbandly duties. No, he's helping you as a wife. I need you to help me with the kids. I need you to help me in the kitchen. I need you to help me doing the cleaning. No, if we're adults who live here, we as adults need to clean this place. We need to come up with a schedule that we as adults, because that's what adults do. People clean up the place in which they live in. They cook food for themselves to have sustenance. This has nothing to do with husband and wife. If they're going to teach a woman how to be a wife, they're going to teach her how to communicate. They're going to teach her how to be in partnership with a man. If they're going to teach a man how to be a husband, they're going to teach him how to communicate. They're going to teach him how to be in partnership. They're going to teach him how to compromise, how to work through the ups and downs in the relationship, how to open himself, how to be vulnerable. These are the things that you teach a person for long-term committed monogamous relationship. How to be monogamous, how to love your partner even though you have urges to be a predator out there on the street. How do you love your partner as they age and get old? How do you still find attraction? How do you keep it spicy in the bedroom? These are things that we need to be talking about as husband and wife. Picking up a mop and dustpan, that has nothing to do with marriage. That's adulting, and both parties need to know how to adult. So that's my take on it. But she's talking about in Africa that the men are not taught. I think we have to reevaluate what we think of husband or wife means, honestly. Let's see. Oh, let's see what this is here.
And well, but then this happened.
97, 90. Because the food's not that much, the drinks, and you got plus service charge.
Let me start this again.
How much is
The date was going well, but then this happened.
97, 90. Because the food's not that much, the drinks, and you got plus service charge. So this is how much it comes up.
Do you mind? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm
Buying too much.
Yeah, it's quite expensive.
You saw the menu, innit?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford it. Is there a possibility that, I mean, she can go and I'll wash the dishes at the back?
I have to ask my manager for it. I'm not sure about it.
Because I can pay for some of it on my card, but I don't know if I can pay for the rest.
Then maybe you can do it cleaning after.
Yeah, I don't.
Or what?
Yeah, I don't
Wash
mind.
dishes?
Yeah, wash the dishes. I think that'll make sense because, yeah, I don't think I can afford this.
Okay, let me just speak with my manager quickly.
Okay, cool. And
And
let me know what
maybe we can do that.
yeah, let me know what he says.
The date was going well, but then this happened.
So, unpopular opinion, I think that this young lady right here is obnoxious, and I am disgusted by her behavior. I am. Everybody can't afford everything, but remember when we were talking earlier about seeing a person in an uncomfortable situation, that you really get to know who that person is when discord happens, when challenges come about. Okay, who has this young man or man shown himself to be? He said, and he's speaking honestly, he's not punching tables over. He's not telling her to run. He's not saying, B, you stay here and I'm out the door. He didn't go to the bathroom and leave. He didn't do that. This man said, I can put part of this on my card. Let her go. And I will stay back here and wash dishes. And she's sitting there filming this as a way to what? Shame him? Girl, I'm ashamed of you. I think that this is reprehensible. He doesn't have the money. There's no crime in not having the money, but how does he handle that? And this right here, I can respect. I can respect him saying and talking to the person and saying, listen, you know what? Let's get your manager. I will stay here and I will clean in the back. I will wash dishes in the back. Let her go. I don't have enough money for this. There's no crime in that. And I think that we as women, I think we get so caught up in this online shit. What's online shit is not real life. In real life, people have ups and downs. In real life, sometimes people bite off more than they can chew. But how do they behave once they do? I think her behavior is disgusting. I think it's vile. I think it's grotesque that she's sitting there filming him and then posting it on the internet about how the date was going so well until this happened. And then she's sitting there in discomfort. Okay. Look, I don't know if he's still interested in this young lady, right? But I think that what she did was wrong. I think what she did is wrong. Somebody says, why are you on a date at all if you can't afford to date? The bill was $97.97, and they sound like they're in England, so we're talking over £100. I don't know what it is that he does for a living. I don't know what it is. I don't know how old they are. People make mistakes. And I think part of the problem nowadays is we here on the internet try to sit and act as if we are faultless. We never get angry. We never lose our temper. We never say the wrong thing. We never get into a situation in which we don't have enough money. People want to sit back and throw rocks, being in a glass house. You want to be in a glass house throwing stones. He's on the date. He's already on the date. He doesn't have to date anymore now that he realizes that he's in this situation, that sometimes the bill will go where it is that he's going, because apparently he's saying that there's the service charge, there's the this, there's the that. There are all of these other things that are coming up on the bill that he didn't know about. Okay. Well, we don't always have to know everything. We don't. But then what do we do from there? How do you handle adversity? A friend of mine says often, in the face of adversity, people show you who they are. In the face of this adversity, this man, to me, has shown himself to be an honorable man. And Sunshine is saying, stop coddling grown-ass broke men. He was in the wrong. He could have easily looked up the menu online. And he didn't. Different people have different life skills at different spaces in their lives. If you think that this is coddling, then this isn't the right place for you, honestly, because if you think that the way he handled this was so wrong that you would sit up here talking about coddling grown-ass, broke-ass men, okay, being broke is not a crime. Being grown and broke is not a crime. Not everybody has money to pay for everything. Not everybody knows beforehand. You know how they say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me? Now, if he was going around from place to place, but I have no evidence that he has ever done this before. I'm going off of the video. And you see, people like you who want to, I guess, get rah-rah or whatnot, stop coddling. Who's coddling? Who's coddling? You see, this is what I'm saying. There are people who sit on the internet and act as if they've never made a mistake. This is a mistake that he made. But the true test of character is, how did he handle it once he realized his mistake? He was willing to work. This is what people do. They work in exchange for money, right? He didn't have the money. He was willing to go into the back to wash dishes. He didn't have the money. And he apparently doesn't have friends that he can call upon to give him the money. We don't know people's life circumstances. We don't know how much he saved up to be able to go out on this date. Maybe he's not looking for marriage or sex. Maybe he's just looking for a night out with a pretty young lady. Maybe that's all he wants, that one night, to just be out on the town and then just go about his business from there. We haven't seen him be disrespectful to her. We haven't seen him ask for no vagina. All he has done, his crime to you, is to go out on a date and not be able to afford it. That's the crime. Listen, if that's how you look, if you are free to do however it is that you want to do, go make your videos. Go make your videos. I am a professionally trained life coach, trained from a certified, accredited university, or trained from an accredited program. And as a trained life coach and a person who works professionally as a life coach, I am telling you that the behaviors that I see exhibited here is a man who is taking responsibility for where it is that he is, willing to work to be able to make up the money, willing to allow her to go and not have her be burdened. Now, I do think he could have probably gotten up from the table and gone and spoke to the manager by himself, but then he would have to explain to the young lady why she was leaving and he was staying back there. It's an unfortunate situation, but they're in the situation. How do you handle it and how do you go from there? How do you go from there? I'm not saying she should have grabbed it and paid for it at all. I'm not saying that she should have done anything besides realize that it's an unfortunate situation and then just go from there. If he invited her out, it's not up to her to pay. He invited her out. She doesn't need to pick up anything. He is doing. Now, that right there, to me, is a bit of coddling. He invited her out. He is doing his manly best right there by handling the situation without burdening her with anything. He didn't ask her for any money. He didn't ask her to go into her wallet. Do not go into your wallet. Allow him as the man to do what it is that he needs to do to take care of that. I was actually in a situation once where a man said he didn't have his wallet. He was visiting New York from somewhere else, right? And he said he didn't have his wallet and we had already begun to eat, right? What he did was he went outside and he made a few phone calls. And he told me not, he was like, because when he said he didn't have his wallet, I was like, oh boy, here we go. I heard about situations like this. This is what I was thinking in my mind. But he went outside and made a few phone calls. I didn't know what was going to happen, but he told me to order whatever it is that I wanted to continue to eat. He came back in. We finished eating. And he got a phone call and he was like, oh, my boy is outside to bring me the money. He said he was going to be right back. And I was like, oh, he's leaving. Is he going to leave me in here? What's going to happen? Right? He went outside. His boy, he had a boy in New York. This was before Cash App and stuff like that. He had a boy in New York and his boy came to the restaurant and brought money to him. That was his situation. But listen, it wasn't up to me to be like, oh my God, here we go. Where's my wallet? It's not up to me to do that. It's up to me as the woman in the situation to relax and know that he got it. And if the man that I was with would have said something along these lines, like, you know what, I left my wallet or I don't have the money or whatever, I'm going to wash dishes here, I would respect it and I would allow him to do that. Because that is his part. Don't take that away from him. Don't take the little bit that he can do to take control of the situation as the man that he is. Don't take that away from him. Allow him to. Allow him to. I don't know what his full and total situation is, but I respect the way he handled this. I do. I do. All right. People are still saying she should have paid for it. I don't think she should have paid for it at all. At all. At all. Let's see.
I texted my boyfriend last week.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what else is crazy? I texted my boyfriend last week to see if he wanted any snacks when I got off of work, because we will regularly do that for each other the days that we work late. Instead of responding with what he...
I need you all to just see this, because this is what it says down at the bottom. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show you what it says down at the bottom. Give me 1 second. Damn, none of my screens are working. Let me see. How do I do this? Let me see. How do I do this? Here, let me try this again. Let me go out and come back in.
That's crazy. You know what else is crazy? I texted my boyfriend last week to see...
This is what it says down at the bottom. It says, women don't notice you're unhappy until your unhappiness starts to affect them. That's what it says. That's what it says. So listen to the story. Listen to the story.
If he wanted any snacks when I got off of work, because we will regularly do that for each other the days that we work late. Instead of responding with what tasty treats he wanted from the grocery store, he said that he really needed to tell me something, and that he needed space, and that he had gotten his own living spot. So I responded with, wait, what? Because we've lived together for 3 years. We have 2 dogs together. We're both on the lease of the house that we live in. There was no signs of him wanting to get his own apartment. We were cuddling earlier that day. We've been kissing, saying I love you, all the normal stuff. So you respond and say, wait, what? Can we talk about this? What's going on? They don't respond. So you text them again frantically, and you say, are you going to be home when I get there? And they say, no, I will not be home. And then all of your text messages start going green, and all of your calls start going to voicemail. So you think you've been blocked. So you get into your house, you find their house keys on the kitchen table, you go into their office/closet room thing, and all of their stuff is gone except for a couple ties in the closet, some papers nailed to the wall, some trophies, and a pile of hangers on the floor. And 8 hours ago, nothing was packed, everything was fine. So you freak out trying to get a hold of this person, thinking that they're dead. You try to contact their dad. Over a span of 3 days, you have not heard anything from this person since they last texted you, no, I will not be home. And you finally hear from them after 3 days, and they say that they still love you and that they want to talk, just not this weekend. And since then, the only communication you've had over the last couple of days is intermittent text messages in between them blocking and unblocking you. That's crazy. You know what else is crazy? I texted my boyfriend last week to see if he wanted any snacks when I got off of work, because we will regularly do that for each other.
So let's talk about this, because I want you to keep in mind that Mr. Keep It Wet, as you see, you see his name, Mr. Keep It Wet. He's positing, let me get back to the thing. He's positing that women don't notice you're unhappy until your unhappiness starts to affect them. In his mind, he thinks that this is the rebuttal for what this is. No. We know that 80% of divorces are filed by women because it's men who don't notice that the women are unhappy. And not only not notice, but the women are telling them over and over and over again what he needs to do to change, and he doesn't do it. This man, according to her, had not expressed that he was unhappy. What this sounds like to me is that he has another woman. This is why he's blocking her on and off, because he doesn't want the other woman to see the messages coming in from her. So he's found another woman. He's moved on. Remember how Harvey was saying that men are hunters and they're going to keep on hunting until they find what they want. So now he thinks he's found something that's a little bit better. But this is not a feasible answer and solution to a person whom you share 2 children with. So now he's blocked her. You have 2 children with her, sir. This is not the the appropriate response. This isn't the appropriate response. It's like you made two lives. This is what I'm saying. This is low vibrational. This is reprehensible and immoral. But we are constantly making excuses for men who are not showing up in the way that a decent human being would. A decent human being is not going to abandon their children. You have two children with this person. Blocking is not appropriate. This isn't the answer. He left his keys on the counter, moved everything. And where were the children when he did this? She was at the store. He didn't even have the courage to come up with a plan for how they're going to divide the visitation and divide the property or assets or change their schedules. He was wanting to get out. You see this woman, she looks a little fluffy. She's white, so goodness knows whether or not her man is white. You know how they say white men love their women thin. And then now all of a sudden, 2022, black men started talking about how they wanted you to be thin too. Before, they wanted you to be big and buxom, big body gal. But then now all of a sudden, kitten heels came on the scenes. And then, people now all of a sudden, they wanted you to be thin. But nonetheless, back to her. So, she said they have 2 dogs as well. I thought she said 2 kids. Hold on. I thought she said she had 2 children with him. Let me refresh and hear that again. Let me hear that again.
You know what else is crazy? I texted my boyfriend last week to see if he wanted any snacks when I got off of work, because we will regularly do that for each other the days that we work late. Instead of responding with what tasty treats he wanted from the grocery store, he said that he really needed to tell me something, and that he needed space, and that he had gotten his own living spot. So I responded with, wait, what? Because we've lived together for 3 years. We have 2 dogs together. We're both on the lease of the house that we live in.
It sounded like she said we have 2 daughters together. Maybe she's saying dogs. I don't know. But I will say this, right? This isn't an appropriate response to someone that you've been living with for 3 years. You come up with a plan. You break up like a moral person who has care and love in their heart for this person. I mean, it's 3 years of your life and her life too. The very least that you can do is see her face to face. I can understand why a woman in an abusive situation would want to escape in the dead of night or when he's at work. But a man to a woman, leaving his keys, taking all his stuff, it sounds like he got another girl. Somebody who may be younger, slimmer, blonder, who knows? But it sounds like he feels that he's upgraded. And little does the woman that he's with know, she didn't get a prize. She got a problem. All right. It is time for us to take a movement break. And then when we come back, I'm going to go through the Telegram and look at some of the videos there. Actually, there's a few other videos. Oh, your woman is the reason other women want to sleep with you, as well as, oh my gosh. All right, listen, it is time for us to get up and move. Oh. Even if she was abusing him, he didn't have to be afraid and have to leave in the middle of while she's out. He didn't have to do that. Most likely he's stronger than she is. Let's not come up with fantastical scenarios to try to fit a narrow narrative. This is ridiculous. Come on, let's get up. Oh. All right, come on. We need to do some anti-stretches, some opposing stretches on our back. So here, hands behind your head. Put your elbows up on the wall and walk backwards. I just felt my back pop. It's crackled. That felt good. So do some of that. Do some counter stretches. Get down on the floor and do some cat-cows. If you don't know cat-cow, you bend your back and then flex it outward. Ooh, I feel so good right now. This way and then out. Oh, that feels amazing. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Just keep doing your cat-cows. All right, we're back. I hope you enjoyed your cat cows. Let me check the apples. Oh, we got 2 apples in. Let me grab my. You hear that? Hey. All right. Yes, like and thumbs up the video. Join the text notification squad so you can get a text whenever I go live. Go to TonyaTKO.com/text. Let me put that here in the comments area. So, all right, let's grab these apples. So Carissa sends $5 and says, did you talk about Saucy Santana yet? I did not. I have to look for that link. I don't have that link saved. But I know where it is. I have it because a friend of mine sent it to me. Thanks for stimulating my intellectual energy. Thank you. 8:50. Oh my gosh. Is it that late? Oh my gosh. We've been doing this all day. Thank you to all of the people who have been here with me since early in the afternoon. We've been doing this back to back to back. All right. Let me check the PayPal. I have a headache. I can't wait to lay down in bed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to just lay down in bed and do nothing. All right. We got a PayPal in. Yay. All right. EC sends 222 and says for support. Thank you, EC. I appreciate that. Oh, it says L. Thank you, L. All right. So we have a few different videos that we need to look at. Let's see how long we've been on here. Hour and 45 minutes. These are no joke. Like, we are really going hard back to back to back to back to back to back to back. All right. We'll probably do 2 more from my list, and then we'll go over to the tech squad and get from there. All right. Whew. Oh. Wow. Let's turn the volume on and try this again.
Your woman is the reason why these other women find you attractive, and you don't even understand. And you so goofy that you go behind her back and sleep with these women, not even knowing that the women wouldn't even be interested in you if it wasn't for your woman. They wasn't checking for you before your chick. But if you happen to secure you a bad chick, if you happen to secure you a chick that's lit and got a lot of rhythm, they not even fucking you because you that nigga. They fucking you because your chick is that bitch. And they want what she has, and they know that you're weak, and they can get the one up on her. They're not attracted to you because of you, but you so goofy, you thinking you that nigga, you're only attractive because of the woman that you're with. Don't you know they say that a woman is a man's greatest piece of jewelry? She makes you shine better. She makes you walk prouder if you got you a bad chick. And here it is, though. You can't even repay her with loyalty. You feeling yourself so much. Your woman is the reason why these other women
that got
find
cut
you
off
attractive.
quickly. But he was cooking. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And you know, women find, evolutionary psychologists have found that women find men who have the approval of many other women, who many other women want. They find him more attractive because you've already been pre-vetted. If you've been pre-vetted by a bad bee, then they want to know what's the allure. What is it that you have? And he's right. You repay her by embarrassing her, by letting her know that other women can get you. Wow. He dropped some science there, because I'm like, all right, if this ain't true, I don't know what is. But these men, they go around on these podcasts talking about how they should be able to cheat. Okay, go ahead and cheat then, and then lose your girl. And then now what do you have? You have yourself 20, 20 years out from hospice care, 10 for some. And then you've given up the person who truly did care for you. And the worst part is that you've given her up for people who are only interested in you because she validated your worth by being with you. Man, that's deep. This is why I don't feel bad for incels. I really don't. Because if incels had a plethora of women, they would most likely behave the way the average man behaves when he has a plethora of women. Like Chris Rock said, you're only as faithful as your options. All right, let's see. This video I wanted to talk about, this right here is something else. Oh, let's get this. Whew.
What's the hardest part about being a mom?
The loss of autonomy. There is no time, and I mean that literally. There is literally no time for you. If you're not holding him or feeding him or entertaining him, you are doing something to support one of those activities, like washing, folding, preparing, and then obviously thinking about them. And it's just, I've been a mom now for about 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Fresh, new. And there's just so many things that I don't get to do anymore. Not because I don't want to or not because someone's stopping me. I just don't have the time.
What's the hardest part about being a mom?
So women all over the world are waking up to the fact that it's a thankless, endless job with no compensation, no appreciation. A thankless, endless job for which you don't get compensated or appreciated. I mean, they're waking up. She's been a mother for only 12 weeks, and she is realizing that it is not all that it's cracked up to be. You go and you do all of this so that a man can bring in his lineage, and then what do you do? What do you do then at that point? This is why births are down all over the world. All over the world, births are down. Women are making a different choice. They're choosing themselves. This is why you're hearing there's this new movement of women being single and child-free. They say by 2030, 45% of women are going to be single and child-free. 45%, that's almost half, and that's only 7 years from now. Women are just waking up. We're waking up to a different choice, a different life, living for ourselves. Oh my goodness. And she's saying about how she's having to be in the activity of all of these things. Okay, so maybe her husband is out working, right? Maybe he is. However, I could imagine if she were the one to go out and work, that it would be much easier to go and work a 9 to 5 than to work a 12 to 24. It's like there's no breaks. We've shown the numbers. Breastfeeding alone for the first year is almost as many hours as a full-time job. It's unbelievable. So my heart goes out to all of these women who are now waking up, but after they've already become locked in. And and it's like, are there men going to quote unquote help? Because we talk about training men to be husbands, but if you want to have children, caring for your child is part of your duties. It's not helping her, it's you being a parent. Whoo, goodness. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see. I think that was pretty much. We're going to go to the oh, this was one a lot of people sent to me. So let me play this one before we go to the behind the scenes group. A lot of people sent this one to me, so I'm glad we're getting a chance to do it.
I'm so fucking tired of being alone. I'm so tired of trying to find love from him. I mean, damn. I may not be pretty to somebody, but goddamn, I'm pretty to me. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm tired of this bullshit. I don't understand why the fuck am I still living. I just want to be somebody's girlfriend, somebody's wife, somebody's something. I deserve to fucking be happy too. Why the fuck can't I be happy? I'm tired. I'm tired of being. I'm so fucking tired of being alone.
Yeah,
So
you know, as a self-love specialist, this right here is heartbreaking because other people don't make us happy. Relationships don't make us happy. We come into the relationships with who it is that we are, and what we brought in the relationship still exists. And coming into a relationship from a place of desperation, she didn't say that she was looking for a particular type of man or woman or whomever. She's saying that she just wants to be somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend, right? As if that's going to make her happy, saying that she's tired. Why can't she be happy? And she's like, I may not be pretty to, but she's pretty to herself. She may not be pretty to some people, but she's pretty to herself, right? It seems like she has some health issues that are going on with her. This is what it looks like to me. It seems like there's some things that are going on that are unaddressed. And I have a feeling that concentrating on what we don't have is another way of self-neglect. That I don't, and you know what, listen, we all deserve to be happy. Happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from without. It doesn't come from what somebody else is doing for us, the validation that we're getting from somebody else. There's a feeling that she wants, that she feels that she's going to get in this relationship. But wherever you go, there you are. I don't even know if she's at a space in her life where she can work on her self-love. Because, you know, as a self-love specialist, I help women relearn how to love themselves after relationship trauma. And so I don't know what it is that she's been through, but I can imagine the fact that she's single, especially in a day and time like today, lets me know that there's some other things going on behind the scenes. Because if you ever seen My 600-Pound Life or Half a Ton Sisters and all of this, one of the things that you'll notice is that they keep a man by them. They keep a man. Some of the most immobile people. And so there's something else going on here, because if she has a certain standard, because it's easy to have just anybody be by your side. What is the caliber of that person? Is this person abusive? Is this person attentive? Is this the type of person that you want? So if you have some sort of standard, right, then you have to realize that you have that standard for a reason. And also, I want to add, what is our standard for ourselves? You know, like, so she's on the internet crying with her hair undone, and it doesn't look like her teeth are in either. And it's like, I understand she's at wit's end. However, before we get that far down the road, take the time out to seek out mental health help. If you're having a hard time and you're having difficulty coping, and you find that you are at your last straw, at one point she says she doesn't even know why she's still alive. Like, a relationship can't validate you to the point that it is your reason for living, because sooner or later you're going to smother that out of your partner. It's like you have to find reasons to live within yourself. And so I'm hoping that this message can get out to somebody, that before you get down to this point, that you seek out assistance. If you contact the S-word prevention hotline, they can direct you into different places where you can find group therapy, individual therapy, and many of these services they're sending you to are state funded, so they're free for you. So if you find that you're teetering on the inside and your self-love is faltering and you're running out of reasons that you can think of for why you're still here, you've got to take the little bit that you have that's holding yourself together and get help. Get help before you get to this point. Because once you get down into that point, and you know what, listen, things will be better in the morning. You know, take a nice shower or a bath or do something that you enjoy doing. Put on a comedy and lift your spirits because you don't want to stay in this realm of manifesting more of that. Put on something funny that you love doing. Turn on some music, dance, get your energy up. This is why we take our dance breaks on this show, get our energy pumped back up, especially after heavy topics. So, listen, peace comes in the morning. The sun shines. Dance tonight. Put on some music. Put on a funny show. They say that even when you put your face in the face of a smile, that your spirits are lifted. Stand in the Superman pose. They say that this makes you feel more confident. And when the morning comes, start making some phone calls to your healthcare provider, even if you have state-funded healthcare. Contact them about mental health help. It's free if you have state-funded medical insurance. So that's my full take on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Yeah, because this is not it. She's not going to attract a person who is willing to love her more than she's willing to love herself. She's going to attract a person who is going to give her the high for a moment, but then like energy attracts complementary energy. And before you know it, the same way in which she devalues herself, her partner is going to begin devaluing her as well. And so this is why we have to fortify ourselves before we enter into a relationship. Because remember, it's relationship. They are relating. It is a ship in which you are relating. And so how does a person relate to a person who doesn't love themselves? I mean, you cannot force another person to love themselves. Your presence cannot make a person love themselves. And the same person that they were, this is why when we start listening to Steve Harvey and all these other people talking about how a man is going to change for the right woman, no, he's still that same person. He has to change for himself. Because if you are the reason that he changes, if you are the reason that he's quote unquote happy, before long, once he gets used to you, because he is used to himself, once he gets used to you, he's going to revert back to old habits and old patterns. She's going to revert back to this because there may be some mental health things that are going on that need to be addressed. There may be some chemical imbalances. And, you know, we as Black people don't like to take our medication if we know that we're going to be taking them for the long haul. But if your body does not produce a certain chemical and you need that chemical to be all right, do what you got to do to take care of yourself. This is one of the archetypes of people who are not loving themselves. Because when you have the ability to take care of yourself, you have to take advantage of that ability and do what you need to do so that you are all right. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. So you are all right. Whew. Man, we need to do these more often because there's so many videos to cover. So many. Oh my gosh. Ooh, somebody said this is how you attract a narcissist. Absolutely. This is how you attract a person to abuse you. Because no one is going to treat you better. You show people what your standard is. Like when talking about dating and stuff like that, you're entering into a man's world for him to show you what his life is like. That man who was there in the restaurant, apparently he can't afford those type of dinners. He's showing what his life is like, but he's also showing what his character is like. All right, so we're going over to the tech squad. What time is it? 1 hour and 32 minutes? Okay. Here.
I don't need a man, really. Or have we as a society?
Let's see. what we have here. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Where's our volume? Volumes up, volumes up, volumes up. Let's see what we have.
I don't need a man. Really? Or have we as a society so greatly exalted this strong, independent female archetype to the point where we are dealing with generations now of little boys who grew up to be the men that their own mothers unconsciously taught them that they didn't need, who were outperformed in a school system that favors the more docile demeanor of little girls, while they were conditioned to believe that they're toxic and the really strong-willed ones were just put on Ritalin. All the while we're not realizing that we're creating the weak men that no one wants to date and forcing women to become the men they used to want to marry and leaving little boys without someone to show them how to be the men that women need. And if we continue to compete instead of compliment and overcorrect, we're playing a game where we both lose, and instead of pointing fingers at each other, we should be looking at who wins.
So I see a big bald black man behind this video. I don't know if you can see him peeking from around it, talking about listen closely. Sir, instead of being on the internet trying to post up videos of women who are at varied stages of self-love or self-abuse, rather than doing that, why don't you get your ass out there and learn the skills that you would need in order to make a good partner? This is not going to make you a good partner, having some woman who's dying to be picked advocating for you and your lowly ways. Come on, this is ridiculous. We'll listen to this one more time and I'll stop it in between.
Really? Or have we as a society so greatly exalted this strong, independent female archetype to the point where we are dealing with generations now of little boys who grew up to be the men that their own mothers unconsciously taught them that they didn't need, who were outperformed in a school system that favored...
There's a lot that needs to be unpacked here. Are people exalting the strong woman archetype, or have women had to be strong women, the archetype of strong women, and then that's how and why they're being exalted? Because they were able to rise. Which archetype should people exalt? The women who crumbled by the wayside, who didn't make it, who ended up in a funny farm somewhere? Is that who we should be exalting? The women who cracked under the pressure? Because many would listen. There are women out there who left their children because they couldn't take it. Some women stayed in the fight. And now she's going to start bringing up. So now men have gotten wind of the fact that they do not do well in school, even starting from little. But instead of talking about the biology, the physiology of the male body and brain, and how their hormones are different, how their brain is different, how their levels of self-governing and executive function are different. We've talked about this before. They're different. Maybe they need to be in a school with other little boys. How are you going to blame the girls who are outperforming them, saying that the teachers prefer the docile nature of girls? The girls' brains are developing before the boys' brains. Remember, you have to remember that a boy, his Y chromosome is a broken X. So you're talking about how the school system prefers the docile nature. No, girls just have better executive functioning, decision-making, reasoning, and rationale, even at younger ages. While these boys and men are running around still trying to be Peter effing Pan, like this man you see peeking from behind this video. Sir, this is not going to help you. And girl, you're not helping them with this effery. But you know what? She got some time. She got some time before the wrinkles set in and old age sets in on her, and she realizes that she wasted her damn youth advocating for men who did not want to do better, but wanted to exalt her and women like her as their Lord and Savior in front of everybody, in front of the whole world. To try to make excuses for why they are underperforming. Where was the father that left them? Part of how they turned out to be who it is that they are today is because of the father who left. And far too many of them are leaving these children in the hands of women who are ill-equipped to care for these children. But yet we are expecting something great and mighty out of women who have not demonstrated that they have the ability to do that. Like the girls in that ballet video that we were talking about, where 5-year-olds are asking to listen to Pound Town, talking about P is pink and booty hole brown and stuff like that. 5-year-olds. What type of mother is allowing her child to listen to, dance, and twerk to that song? This is a mother who obviously this is her standard. So where did he put his penis? Where did he put it? He put it in an ill-equipped woman and then left her. He put it in an ill-equipped woman and then left her to carry the brunt end of everything by herself. And instead of saying, you know what, she did the very best that she could, we blame her for the man leaving her and not doing his damn part while he's sitting up there on new dates talking about, my baby mama won't let me see my kids. Really, sir? So you're a loser and you're not going to court to fight for your kids? Why you on a date with somebody else and you don't got money to fight for your child? Come on. Like, none of this makes any sense. Woo! That was loud. Let's finish hearing this up again.
The more docile demeanor of little girls, well, they were conditioned to believe that they're toxic, and the really strong-willed ones were just put on Ritalin. All the while, we're not realizing that to believe that they're toxic, and the really strong-willed ones were just the school system that favors the more docile demeanor of little girls. Well, they were conditioned to believe that they're toxic, and the really strong-willed ones were just put on Ritalin. All the while, we're not realizing that we're creating the weak men that no one wants to date, and
we're creating the weak men. Please understand that psychologists show that after the age of 12, we're talking about we're talking about early adolescence, that their peer group has more of an influence on them than their parents. So these little boys are being raised by their mothers up until a certain point, and then at that point, the men of the neighborhood, the men of the family, their male friends, those are the ones who are influencing them. Where are they getting the ideas to devalue women? Where are they getting the ideas that their worth is in how many notches they can get? They're getting this from other men who are calling women ball and chain and telling them don't ever settle down and keep switching between women and women to use girls with low self-esteem for practice. They're getting this from men, even so much so that in Orange is the New Black, that person who was saying that they're a woman in jail with XY chromosomes, male DNA, right, or male chromosomes, right, that this person was telling their son to practice on low self-esteem girls because still had the mind of a male, and then turning around trying to be a toxic daddy. Some of these traits are toxic. What's wrong with talking about that? And trust and believe, the ones that you're talking about, see, we're conflating two different issues. There are many different types of households out there. And the type of household that is advocating and condoning certain behaviors in that household, they're not even the ones that you're addressing. You're addressing the ones who are doing it and succeeding at it. And then now you're trying to put 2 and 2 together. No, listen, why did this man abandon his child? If the child needs him, where is he? And then people are saying that they are advocating for the termination of XY chromosome pregnancies. And it's like more and more every day you all make the case for why women should not give birth to these. Each and every day you make the case for it. If a woman can't raise a man and there's no man around, then she knows what she needs to do then, right? Because she can't raise him into being a good man and these men in the neighborhood are going to corrupt him. Come on, it's like, this is really sick. This is sick.
Forcing women to become the men they used to want to marry and leaving little boys without someone to show them how to be the man that women need. And
whose fault is that there's not a good man around to show him how to be a good man? Whose fault is that? It's not the child's fault. So let's say there's a woman who has responsibility for the choices that she made in who it is that she decided to have children with, right? What was her decision making? Listen, they're not looking for we showed that woman with her damn lawyer's cap on and all of that. They tell you that your education is a deterrent. They don't want you to be world traveled. They don't want you to be well educated, and they don't even want you to be gainfully employed. They like you damaged. They like you not knowing which way is up. They choose you because you came from a haphazard home. That's why they chose you. They chose you because your standards are low. The type of woman that deals with a low standard man has low standards. Doesn't that make sense? She has low standards. That's why she was dealing with him. And that's why he chose her to deal with a man like him, because her standards were low. He left many a women. He didn't try to get with the women whose standards were higher. He specifically targeted that woman who was walking with her head down low. There was an experiment done. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. There was an experiment done where these psychologists sat with men who were in jail, right? And they showed them videos. So these are men who have been convicted of violent crimes. They showed these men videos of different people walking on security cameras and asked them which person they would target. And believe it or not, more times than not, most of the times, these men were able to pinpoint who it is that they would target. And when interviewed the people who had been walking past on a security camera, the ones that they said that they would target are the same ones who had also been targeted in real life by other people. They had been victims of violent crime. There was a way in which a person walks. There's a way in which the slump of their head tilts down, their shoulders positioned in such a way, and they meander without purpose. There's a way that people walk and talk, move, and maneuver that makes them a target for these people. Not only violent criminals, the narcissists, the users, the abusers, the manipulators, the ones who are looking for people who are damaged just like she is. They see you. They see the look, the dullness in your eyes, the slope of your shoulders, the lack of esteem on your face, the way in which you carry yourself or don't carry yourself, the way you are coiffed or the way you are not coiffed. And they make their decisions from there about who they're going to pursue. They pursue easy marks, and then they leave these easy marks with these kids. And yeah, listen, there are women who have nice jobs, yeah, who get trapped. But listen, what type of woman deals with a low vibrational man? A woman who is vibrating at the same frequency. That's who. That's who. Like attracts like. You think because she got a nice job that she doesn't have trauma? It was built in from the time that she was a little girl. It was already built in. And he saw the slump in her shoulders. He saw the way he spoke to her, the games that he played and how she kept running back for more. He saw that and he knew that she was a mark. Some of them do it consciously and unconsciously, but they do it nonetheless. That's all I'm going to say on this video, because this woman is so busy trying to pander to men. This is another archetype of women who don't truly love themselves. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't have to be out here trying to correct women for men. You wouldn't have to do it. Men have not demonstrated that they have corrected themselves for themselves. You need to allow men to be men and take care of their issues. 75% of the people who unalive themselves are male. And now they're trying to blame women for that. How much more do they need to deflect before they look inside and see we have a problem? Lady, this isn't going to help them. It's not. As he peeks from around on the side of the doggone screen. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Technically, you're vilifying males for wanting to save a woman. You're not listening to what it is that I'm saying. Some of your comprehension is off. Yeah, are you talking to me, sir or ma'am? No. They're not trying to save these women. They're looking for a victim. The fuck are you listening to? You don't hear what I'm saying? Golly, I can't believe this. Like, I'm speaking plain English and you still can't understand. ¿Cuál es la problema? Yo necesito hablar una otra idioma? Is that what it is that you need? Que yo no puedo hablar inglés nada más? ¿Qué es el problema? Yo no entiendo. I'm speaking plain, clear English. They're looking for victims. Damn. I don't understand it. Sheesh. Let's get to the next video. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I heard an apple come through. I don't even have the thing up for the break. I'm going to check these apples in a moment. Unbelievable. I can't believe this. Oh. Whew. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me get to the next video. It looks like people in behind the scenes have added so many videos. We can't even do all of these today. So I'm going to do one or two more because you all have, it's too much now. We've been on for too long. We've been on for too long. I'm tired now. Let's see what she has to say here.
Nasty little phenomenon that no one talks about, which is there's a nasty little phenomenon that no one talks about, which is that
why is this thing coming up on my
There's
screen?
a nasty little phenomenon that no one talks about.
Why is this on my screen? God. What is this? Like, wait, take off from here.
Women.
Ross, I'm irritated. I gotta calm myself down. Here we go.
There's a nasty little phenomenon that no one talks about, which is that women that are successful, and especially black women that are successful, get some of the weirdest treatment I've ever seen, bro. And I have been experiencing this for years, and it's like not enough people talk about this. But here's the thing. The reason they say it's lonely at the top, and it's not like I think I'm at the top of life, but like the more successful you become, the lonelier it is. And that's because it's not because you change, the people around you change. Their perception of you changes. People start to treat you like you think you're better than them when you don't. It's just that now you're triggering off a bunch of shit in other people that had nothing to do with you. But the thing no one says is like that's still lonely and isolating for the person in it, experiencing it. Right? Here's a fun fact. I have had so many people come to me over the years that I've worked in tech to ask me for advice on compensation, to ask me how much I make. Do you know that not one of those people has ever sounded happy for me? Like dead ass. The conversation was never a congratulations to me for how well I'm doing. The conversation always rolled back to what they're not getting and how they're mad about it. People be real nice to me until they come to my neighborhood or they find out where I live or they come to my house. And they either stop fucking with me or act very funny or say some weird ass shit. It's like women joke about oh, you tell them something about your life and they're like, oh, okay, big money. I've had people say that shit to me. Oh, you the one with all the money. No, I'm not the one with all the money, actually. I just work very hard. I didn't say I have all the money. Like, why do y'all do that? Why do you act like that to people? Don't you think about how that feels on the other side? So now you have to deal with people either abandoning you, talking shit about you, not wanting to come close to you, or they want to use you, or they want to siphon off your energy and see how they can be more successful by being around you. Do you know how isolating any of that shit is? Because then where does the successful person be left at the end of the day? What support do they have? What genuine, right? Like, think about that.
This is, oh my gosh, I couldn't wait for that to be over. That was something else. Let me listen, I am successful. I am doing very well. My first question is, who are you inviting over to your neighborhood? I don't understand. I don't understand. Look, I don't know her, and I don't know some of her. I don't know her other videos. So I don't know what her personality is like typically. There's something a little, I can't put my finger on it, but something is off here. My first question is, who are you inviting over? What is the caliber of these people? They're asking you how much you make, and not one person has ever been happy for you. Well, maybe some of them have been happy, and their way is like, okay, big money. All right. But then why is it that you're not making friends at the different tiers that you're entering into? Why are you talking about all of these people who are isolated? No, listen. I'm doing very well, okay? I'm doing well. I make money, and I'm only going up from here. What organizations and groups are you a member of? What clubs and associations are you taking part in? How are you showing up for people on your tier? It doesn't sound as if you're making friends along the way. It sounds as if you have a bunch of people around you that you've collected from over the years who are not really your friends. This doesn't sound like your friends, because I have friends who we've been up and down at different times. And we're there for one another. We show up for each other. We congratulate each other. We edify each other. We exalt one another. But that's what a friend does. What is it about you? And I know she'll probably see this video because she's not that big of a content creator. So she'll probably see this video. And so I'm trying to choose my words very carefully, because my question is, what is it about you that is stopping you from creating friendships in different circles, at different levels, in different organizations, in different places? Why do you have a bunch of non-friends hanging around you who are not happy for you when they see your home? Why are they even coming to your home? Why is a person coming to your home who is not a real friend? What's going on with you that there's no one, nobody, no one, not one person, nobody who is grinding at your level? It makes me wonder how you're and where you're networking at, because it sounds like there's a bunch of lowly people around hoping to get put on. This is what it sounds like. Where are the people who you are ascending to be like? You said you don't have all the money. Okay. So then where are the people who you are seeking advice from? Who are the people who are mentoring you, and what level are they at, and why don't they want to be around you? These are questions to ask, because now that I've entered into this new tier, there are other people at this tier. There are. And once I get up and really acclimated to this tier, then there'll be another tier. And then from there, another one. But you don't see me making videos about how lonely it is, because that's not, you all see me. You all see me. I'm gregarious. I'm friendly. I'm a joy to be around for some people. You know, I'm a joy for some people. You know, because listen, wherever you go, there you are, honestly speaking. In all the circles. So if you're attracting non-friends, if you're entertaining non-friends, then I don't really know what to say. That's on you, my sis. You have got to keep yourself amenable to making friends, on different rungs of the ladder. Listen, there have been times, and I'm going to be truthful about this, there have been times where I have been like, well, you know what? I'm the most successful person in this circle now. And what do? I go and join a new mastermind. You got money, girl, right? Go join a mastermind. Meet some different people. Get a mentor. Do some group coaching with some people who are at the same level as you, and communicate with them. Open up the lines of communication with them, and you all rise at the same level. Or people who are emotionally healthy enough to be happy for you if you rise while they're not rising. Are there miserable people out there? Yes. There are miserable people out there. But I'm I'm very particular about my inner circle. This is why you don't see me making videos like this, talking about it's lonely at the top. And I'm not saying I'm at the top. Okay, so you're in the middle or somewhere between the middle and the top. Where's your peer group? Go look up some organization. Look up women's organizations for whatever field you're in. And whatever field you're in, she says she's in tech. Look up women in tech organizations and go to these trade shows. Go to the yearly workshops. Go to their seminars. Do their networking events online. Meet other people. I don't understand. To me, this doesn't make any sense to me. But remember, I say how you do anything is how you do everything. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why she's online complaining about this. And I think I have a reason why, but I won't say. You can just imagine. Just imagine why. In your mind, imagine why. I have the feeling that she's a bit difficult to get along with. That's the feeling that I have. And I said it, and I shouldn't have. I should have had more couth. But I said it. I did. I have a feeling that she's a little difficult to get along with. And that's okay. Everybody can't get along with me. And I don't make myself so that everyone can get along with me. Because the type of person letting their 5-year-old listen to Punani Pink and Booty Hole Brown, they're not going to find me an agreeable person to be around in their inner circle. It's not going to work, right? So I find that I think she may be a little hard to get along with, and that's fine. We're all not going to be easy for everyone to get along with, and that's fine. But own that. Own that. If you're operating at a certain level, own that and continue to network. But if people on your own level, if they're having a hard time and not liking you and stuff like that, some more questions need to be asked. Some more questions need to be asked. I tried to be nice in that, but I feel like it's still going to come across wrong when she sees it. But it is what it is. Here we have Saucy Santana conversation. So he made some statement about preferring women with BBLs. Okay, so here, let's get to the video that he did, and then hold on.
Yeah, how you doing? I don't know why they keep bringing girls out here. And you find out you trying something? I'm not trying nothing. He trying it, he trying it, he trying it, and he trying it. Hey! Bring some real niggas from back there. And then y'all even got no bad hoes. She ain't had no BBL. Her makeup wasn't done. Like, what are we doing?
So like the hoes need a BBL?
Yeah, like they ain't got no BBLs, no mink lashes, no lace wigs, no nothing. She just came out and said, fuck it. I want to see you outside.
Let's see. Let's play that again.
Just get this up. Hey, Susanna Bookie. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? I don't know why they keep bringing girls out here. And you find out you trying something? I'm not trying nothing. He trying it, he trying it, he trying it, and he trying it. Hey! Bring some real niggas from back there. And then y'all even got no bad hoes. She ain't had no BBL. Her makeup wasn't done. Like, what are we doing?
So like the hoes need a BBL?
Yeah, like they ain't got no BBLs, no mink lashes, no lace wigs, no nothing. She just came out and said, fuck it. I want to see you outside.
Wow. Okay, let's see how she looks.
All right, let's
see.
Just get this up. Hey, Susanna Bookie. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing?
She has a fresh looking face. She looks like she has on makeup but a fresh face.
I don't know why they keep bringing girls out here. And you find out you trying.
And she has a normal looking body.
Not trying that.
Look, she has a normal looking body. This is the way a woman's body looks. Oh my gosh.
He trying.
It's a normal looking body. So what is it that he's expecting?
He trying it, he trying it, and he trying it. Hey! Bring some real niggas from back there. And then y'all even got no bad.
So he has whatever it is that he had done to his body, and then now he starts insulting her Well, you know what? Listen, we talked about last week that the caliber of a man cannot be attributed to whether or not he's heterosexual or gay, but his actions. And his actions are showing the misogyny. Just because he, and you know, we talked about this. You would think that the man who likes men would be the most man loving. But it seems like men on both sides, the heterosexual men are men loving, the gay men are men loving, and his misogynistic ideas about how a woman has to undergo surgery and have all of this stuff. See, this is, let me tell you, years ago I learned not to let gay men do my makeup. Like I would go to the mall and get my makeup done. I learned years ago not to let gay men do my makeup. No shade. And I'm sure there are many gay men who do makeup well or whatnot, but I like a very simple, you know, look, right? I like a simple, clean, classy. I don't really like the word classy, but I like a pretty natural. I like a look that is naturalish enough that I don't need to be airbrushed and all that other stuff in photos. That's what I like, right? And I found that the men had a heavy hand when it came to makeup, that I would come out there looking a drag. And that just wasn't the look that I was going for. And that is their idea of what womanhood, femininity looks like. Mink lashes. Like, he doesn't even but I don't know what they're doing. If this is a dating show, I don't know why they're bringing out women for him, and he's gay. But then he could have still been nice about it, but he's an entertainer, so I guess this is the way he was entertaining. And he says he's going to explain what he did and why.
When it comes down to being a bad bitch, to me, I like super glam girls, Barbies. I remember growing up as a kid, and I would get shooed out the room like, hey, go play the game, go do something, because I would want to sit and watch all of the women get ready and do their makeup and put on their blush and their heels and their best clothes.
Oh.
I remember being in high school, me and my friends and my cousins was Kenny the dolls, and I would make them dress up, and we would walk to the park by the projects. They'll have on 6-inch heels, and I would be over living for them. I just always loved Barbie doll girls, high, heavy, glam girls. That's just my preference. That don't make nobody else less than or natural girls not that. It's just a preference. I think now with like me being a rapper and just society and Instagram, I wouldn't say BBL is the standard. I would say that we see it a lot, and for me, that's something that I like. Almost a lot of the girls I'm around have BBLs. I went and got a BBL. I just think it's raw. I'm infatuated with strippers. Anybody know me know I go in a strip club and make it flood because I love bad bitches. I love lashes, weave, body done, small waist, stripper heels, white toes. Like, I just love bad bitches. It don't take away from natural girls. I grew up with my first girlfriend I'm in love with, Brianna, natural. No fillers, no body done had kids and some other shit. I still love her. Like, I just think that it's just everybody have a preference of what they like. I feel like I just always praise girls. You could go into comments. You could go look at the people that I share. You could go to most women. When I meet women, I always compliment them and tell them that they pretty, natural or not. I feel like for me, it's just, a preference, but it's not to say that everybody else is not a baddie. Flo Milli natural, she a baddie. Lizzo natural, she a baddie. Lola Brooke natural, she a baddie. Coyle Ray natural, she a baddie. Like, it's so many girls. Chloe Holly, they baddies, they natural. Like, you could be a baddie in your own skin, in your own state. I just have a preference. I love bad bitches with BBLs and long weave and makeup and glam, hot, heavy glam. I just like Barbie doll girls, but I think that all girls are beautiful. And it's really no shade, not for me at the end of the day. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I go to sleep at night okay with it.
I don't understand what's going on. Why are they trying to pretend as if he's interested in women? And the women that he's trying to claim that he's interested in
just
are
get
a
this out.
caricature of what womanhood is and looks like, so that if he sees a normal looking woman and she has a weave or a lace front or whatever it is, right? But even this isn't good enough for him because he doesn't like women. Lots of men out there don't like women. They like the accoutrements. They like what you can do for them. They don't want you to be a human being. Barbie is not human. Barbie is plastic, is a doll, and his preference is for a woman to undergo life-threatening alterations in order to look like something that he wants her to look like. This is what I'm saying. This is not respect or love for women. So he doesn't really care for women. Not as a gender, not as a sex. Wait, is he wearing kitten heels? No, the hell, he doesn't have on some little heel slides on with his dunder heel hanging off in the back. Like this doesn't, and this show is Finding Bay. Why are they not bringing men out there? And then what does he have on his feet? Hold on, let me just. Boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere, let me see what's going on here. I know I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. I know I'm not. No. I'm trying to see the shoes again. So she's walking off. Where are his shoes? So they're not showing his shoes, but I see a little. Oh, this cannot be real life. This cannot be real life. This cannot be real life. This cannot be. This cannot be real life. This cannot be. This cannot be real life. It just cannot be. This can't be. This can't be. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're so busy in their masculine way, pantomiming femininity, that they don't appreciate true femininity, what it is. They don't appreciate true femininity. They don't appreciate a woman being a woman just for being a woman. It's like they want you to be something else. They want you to be plastic. They want you to be a doll. They want you, I don't know what this is. Please, Jesus, be a bottle of lotion on this set. Be a bottle of moisture heal. Be that. I don't even understand, honestly. This can't be real life. It cannot be. It can't. Oh no, I left my screen blown up. Oh, I left it too big. Let me make it back small. Oops. This is sad. Black women, we have nobody besides ourselves. This is ridiculous. Like, he can't even, That was really sad and disgusting. Let me see how long we've been on. And then I am going to, let me see. Oh, wow, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Let me see if there's anything else we need to react to before I get out of here.
But some of y'all are just straight up. But some of y'all.
I need to, this right here, let me make this bigger. Let's see what we have.
But some of y'all are just straight up haters. Like, and I genuinely feel like Black women are fucking mean, okay? If you don't look, talk, act a certain way, y'all are fucking mean. And I feel like I have to say not all of you, because some of y'all are like, well, not me, not all of you, but in a whole dead ass, some of y'all are just mean as hell. And I don't feel like, you know, the Black community, Black women support other Black women as much as other communities. Let's take the right out of it. Other communities.
All right. So she's saying that Black women are effing mean. Hold on.
Some of y'all are just straight up haters. Like, and I feel like, I genuinely feel like Black women are fucking mean, okay?
You know, I'll say this. Oh my gosh. How do I, let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something for you all real quick. All right, so let's see. Hold on. Let's see if we can play this real quick. There he is. Let's go.
With some thoughts here.
Okay, please do.
There's a section here on race and color, which is another thing with the variation of what we have in the world. Just a point I want to make. When European anthropologists started running through Africa and started describing what they saw, their urge was to say, everyone in Africa is this thing, and they have dark skin, woolly hair, and that is a thing. And they called it a race, and they called it the Negroes, okay? And this is our attempt to classify into few categories something that might actually, in real life, be on a spectrum. We know that the human species began in Africa. And everybody who populates everywhere else in the world came out of Africa to do that. What that tells you is that the genetic diversity within Africa, as the origin of our species, is greater than it is between any other two people anywhere else in the world.
Listen.
But because the anthropologists were not thinking genetic diversity, they're thinking skin color. They put them all in one bin. But if you have the most genetic diversity, then in practically every way humans vary, you would find the extreme of that in the African continent. Where would you find the tallest people in the world? The Watusi tribe of Africa. How about the shortest people in the world?
Pygmies.
The Pygmies. Not even that far away.
Right.
Geographically. They have the same skin color, so the Europeans said these are one group of people, one race. Where might you find the slowest people in the world? Well, no one looks for them. Where would you find, there's no races to find the slowest people. How about the fastest people? Africa. Okay? People of African descent have dominated the long distance as well as the sprint, two completely different physical abilities. Oh, but they're all dark-skinned people, they're all Negroes. Okay? Where would you likely find the dumbest person in the world? Africa. How about the smartest person in the world? Africa.
How about the Egyptians?
The
From
Europeans did not look for people smarter than they were. Okay?
You know what? We can come back to this video on another day. I just wanted to bring this up in relation to this young lady who is talking about how Black women can be so mean. What type of Black women are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, and then also with all it is that we have been through as a people, you have to realize that just because a person's skin is dark brown or they have Negroid hair, the nicest people you'll find will be Black. The meanest people you'll find will be Black. The smartest people you find will be Black. The dumbest people you'll find will be Black. It's like we are so genetically diverse. And we're so culturally diverse, even in this country. Listen, I'm from New York. Where do you think most of the people who watch my channel are from? Where do you think most of the people who watch my channel are from? I'll answer for you. They're from New York. There's a resonance that East Coasters, Northeasterners have with one another. We resonate with each other. Like how I said, that girl seemed like she might be difficult to get along with. Okay, I'm difficult for some people to get along with. However, there's a commonality that we have here in the Northeast. A camaraderie we have, an understanding that we have. And so, who are these people that you're talking about are so mean, and how do they have access to you? Who are they? Who qualified them? That their opinion has gotten to you and that you're able to see and verify their race. I don't know. I don't know mean girls. I don't know them. I don't have them in my circle. I don't know mean Black girls. I think that Black women are some of the warmest women that are out there. When I lived in Japan for a year, I longed for the warmth of sisters. I can understand how men miss that good love that Black women give. So it's like, I can't relate to her because I don't have those types of experiences. Like, look at her. What type of friend do you think she is? Like, seriously. What type of friend do you think she is? How do you think she shows up in her relationships? It's like how you do anything is how you do everything. Like attracts like. How do you think she shows up in her friendships, in her relationships, in her interactions with other Black women? I mean, listen, I'm a life coach. I work with women, and the majority of the women that I work with happen to be Black women. So I see what some of that trauma looks like behind the scenes. What is it that we're expecting from a traumatized group? If there's a person that's being mean to you, she's not being mean to you because she's Black. She's being mean to you because this is the outward expression of some very deep things that are happening and have happened to her behind the scenes. There's one thing that you know when you see another Black person. You know that there's a commonality in experience of a certain level of trauma. So, listen, I can make mention of some of the things that we have that are going wrong in our community. But what's the point in making mention of it if there's no solution? Like, I can talk about how Black women, how we suffer from some things. But if I don't have a solution working in tandem with that criticism, then what is the point? Now you've turned into the mean girl. Now you've turned into the person that you are claiming other people are. Okay, there's some traumatized people out there who are interacting from a trauma response. All right. Now what? Now you've made your statement. Now what? Okay? I don't know what to say. So I'm tired. I don't feel like broadcasting anymore. I'm tired. Thank you all. We did a good job today. Let's get up out of our seats. Let's move. I can't wait to wash this makeup off. Just chill. Tired. I like the sound of the applause. Let me get some applause right now. Come on. We have apples. My skirt has been let me pull my skirt back down. Come on. Hey, 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 hey. All right. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. I'm happy that we were able. Hey, oh, it's playing again? Oh, you want to play again? Okay. Hey! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Hey! All right. Whew. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Let us check our apples. Let us check our apples. Shantae sends 222 and says sending some love. Thank you, Tay Tay. Brittany sends $25 and says for all that you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let me refresh. You put some hearts right there. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So listen. I'm ready to go, y'all. What was the point of her making that video and put it online? Exactly. She wanted it to let it be known that black women can be so mean. Okay, listen, and listen. Are there black women out there who can be mean? Yeah, there are. There are some black women out there who can be mean. You know, look. All you have to do is just avoid people like that. Just avoid people like that and just go about your business. Go about your business. All right, listen. Oh my goodness. I'm ready. I'm ready to just, I'm asleep good tonight. I appreciate you all for coming out. I would ask what's the self-love lesson, but we didn't really have like a core video. We were just reacting to videos today. So I appreciate you all. I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go enjoy myself laying down. I feel like I need a massage on my back. Oh, goodness. Listen. Stretching is so good. I think I might. My head is hurting. Otherwise, I'd do some nighttime yoga. But I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'll see you all in the next video. All right? Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is my self-love lesson from tonight's whole video is, I don't even know. treat people on a case-by-case basis. That's all. I don't even know what to say. I'm tired. Ugh. Oh, good night, y'all. Go get some good sleep. I know I will. Good night. Good night.